Hey guys, what's going on? Time for another YouTube video. This one, man, I have been waiting for this one, so the questions about this damn reel stop. But we are here finally. This is a new release for Shimano for 2026. But before I get to this reel, do me a favor, click subscribe down below and also hit the get notifications bell. That's gonna make sure our videos get into your feed. Also, if you have any questions or comments about the reel or what we're talking about, feel free to leave one down below and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we possibly can, because what we want to do is make sure you've got the best of the best to make sure your fishing is at its peak optimal performance. So, what is the new product? I wanted to start this one off because Shimano is dropping a bunch of new product for 2026 spring on January 9th, which is today, and this is the one I had to start with. Let me spin that around for you. See right there? Vanquish C. Vanquish is finally in the North American market. Every time I do a reel video, and I've done a lot of reel videos, comparing the different reels in the Shimano family, someone inevitably in the comments says, what about Vanquish? Vanquish was never available to the North American market, and I believe it was a trademark issue with the name why they couldn't bring it here. But it's all done. It's here. 3 models of Vanquish are going to be available to the North American market moving forward, starting January 9th, or well, that's the release date. When they come into stock, I'm not quite sure, but it is here, guys. It's finally here. So let's go through all the technology, as this reel is right up there near the top of the Magnumlite chain of reels in Shimano's hierarchy. There's core solid reels that start with Stella. There's Magnumlite reels, which I believe the Vanquish C and the Accents are real close to one another. So let's go through all the tech to see if this reel's right for you. First thing, MGL Rotor. This reel has the CI4 Plus super lightweight, asymmetrical designed rotor that gives you fast start, fast stop presentation on this reel. This is something we see now that starts all the way down at Miraval with a Magnumlite rotor, but MGL rotor is in Vanquish, it's in Sustain, it's in Accents, I believe it's in Twin Power XD, and I also believe it's in Vanford, and I think that's it, Sustain if I said it. But anyways, this MGL rotor is all about fast start, fast stop to give the angler more control over their presentation. So shaking a minnow, drop shotting, anything that has slackline situation presentation where you're doing a lot of start and stop and shake, this is the rotor you want. The Infinity Drive is also in this reel. Infinity Drive is when they've taken the drive shaft, the spool shaft that lifts and lowers the spool, run it through the pinion gear rather than being supported by it. That pinion gear, by the way, still has X-ship, which means it's got 2 SARB bearings on either side supporting it to make sure it maintains contact even under load. So Infinity Drive really gives you more smoothness. You can feel it in the reel as soon as you turn it. More torque, more power under load, that low friction bushing that goes through, or coating that goes through the middle of the pinion gear, all works exceptionally well. This has become so pervasive throughout the lineups. It started in Stella SW, now it goes all the way down to Noski. So Infinity Drive for Shimano is here to stay. Infinity Cross is the gear. So the gear is a Hagane gear, cold forged aluminum drive gear, micro module 2-tooth pattern with the Infinity Cross micro adjustments in the tooth pattern. That is how the meshing has been changed to spread the load out over the entire width of the tooth rather than being focused on hot areas. And that gives you more torque under load. It gives less wear to the gear. It spreads that load out when you're cranking hard on a fish over the entire gear tooth. So more longevity, more durability, more performance out of the Infinity Cross gear. Infinity Loop, on the other hand, is the way that it winds. So yes, this has a long stroke spool. Infinity Loop goes up slow and down slow, really stacking the line, as you can see really, really nicely right here. And what that does is it helps the line change directions less times on cast. So it gives you better casting accuracy, better line management. Yes, it has the propulsion lip spool design. It also has, when we're talking about line management, the anti-twist fin. So the anti-twist fin is that polymer little fin that sits up under the line roller and keeps the slack line from falling out. So when you're shaking a minnow, or you're drop shotting, or you're shaky heading, or you're doing a presentation where your rod is from 9 to 11 o'clock, that anti-twist fin is going to help with line management. The other thing it's got is that one-piece bail arm. This is a black nickel It looks like black nickel anyways. One-piece bail arm, so it makes sure a smooth transition from when you close your bail, the line will slide up into the roller, over the anti-twist fin, and be securely in place. When we talk about whether you can use this where, this is good to use everywhere, from inshore, nearshore, saltwater fishing, wade fishing, all the way to the freshwater. This reel has X-Protect. X-Protect is a labyrinth water channeling system in vital areas without adding heavy rotational feel to the reel. This reel spins like butter with almost no effort. That is why X-Protect is such a great technology for adding high-level water resistance. So when we talk about the drag, DuraCross drag washers, so that is the woven carbon fiber drag washers rather than either felt or across carbon. This is as smooth as felt with the durability across carbon. It also has rigid support drag. So rigid support drag is where they've supported the shaft of the spool part, stops the wobbling under high intensity, high pressure drag runs, and really delivers smoother overall performance of your drag thanks to rigid support drag. When coupled with DuraCross drag washers, it's absolutely perfect. 11+1 shielded anti-rust bearings in this reel, the Vanquish C, and it's also got the Hagane body made out of magnesium. So, super light reel, but don't make light associate itself with weak. This is an incredibly strong reel. It can handle anything you throw at it. That Hagane magnesium body paired with Infinity Drive, paired with a Magnumlite MGL rotor, this reel is built to take on anything. There's going to be 3 models brought to the North American market. There is a 2500 SHG, a 3000 C XG, and a 4000 XG. Here's the differences between them. Let's talk weights first. The 2500 SHG, which is this model I've got in my hand right here, 5.8 ounce weight. The C3000 is going to be 6 ounce weight because really it's the same body, same rotor, a little deeper cut arbor on the spool, making it hold more line on the 3000. And then you've got 7.2 ounces on the 4000 XG. The big thing about this one, the S, is it's a shallow spool design. This reel was designed specifically for micro braids, 8-pound Power Pro, 5-pound Power Pro, light Kariki style braids, any of those super finesse braids. This shallow arbor is gonna make you waste less braid. Because it's shallower and because the new super braids are so finesse thin, you don't have to put as much on the reel that gets buried and never sees the light of day. That's what the shallow spool is for. And then on top of that, they changed the drag curve on the 2500S to a 9-pound drag curve rather than a 20-pound drag curve, which traditionally comes on Shimano's 2500 size reels. That just goes to go proof in the pudding that this reel, the 2500S, is designed for finesse applications. It is going to be a beast in so many areas. Now, the 3000 has your traditional 20 pounds of stopping power. The 4000 has 24 pounds of stopping power. When we talk about the gear ratios in these, yes, this is an HG, the other two are XGs. 34 inches of line per handle turn on the 2500, so plenty fast for picking up line when you're shaking a minnow. 37 inches on the 3000 and 40 inches on the 4000. And finally, the price. MSRP on this right here, $529.99 for the Vanquish C. This reel is something you need to check out. If you're into either the finesse game or having, the best, lightest, strongest reels you can get your hands on, go check out a Vanquish C, finally available to the North American market. You will not regret checking this one out. I fished it. It is everything that people say it is. Vanquish is here to stay in North America, and I couldn't be happier. There you have it, guys. If you could do me a favor, click subscribe down below. Also hit the get notifications bell. That's going to make sure our new videos get into your feed. And if you have any questions or comments about Vanquish C, or you got about a new rod, or you want to know about a technique and what size you should use, leave a comment down below. I'm going to be happy to get back to you. I love chatting about it. And if you've used Vanquish, which I know there's a ton of you that have bought them from overseas, let the guys know how good they are down below. We love hearing about it. There you have it. I hope everybody's staying safe. I hope you guys are all having fun. Oh, I hope you're hearing a lot of this. That beautiful sound of a drag clicking. I hope you're all catching some fish. We'll talk to you soon.